Hello and welcome back to another episode of WornOut Racing. In today's episode, we're going to be replacing the hard fuel lines on the Cinquecento Turbo with brand new braided lines front to back to hopefully eradicate any more of my fueling problems. We're going to get a custom oil feed made up for the turbo to replace the one that broke on the rolling road. And I'm going to be pitching my idea to you for the first ever WornOut Racing event. So stay tuned. Right now, as much as I montage that, it actually pretty much was that easy. I only live 15 minutes away from Pertex, so I just shot down there. The kid I spoke to down there was spot on, and they did a perfect job. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and you'll see. Now, I don't know if anyone actually remembers what my old one looked like, and it's a little bit long, but it's not that much longer. But the main thing I wanted was, one, to get it up and around and away from the turbo. So before, you might actually be able to see where my jacket, see there where it dips in? Because this used to be sat right against my actual turbo jacket, which is obviously not ideal. And I'm hoping this isn't going to cause me any like clearance issues with my radiator sitting against it, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Otherwise, turbo oil feed, done. Now for the fuel pipes. Any of you that actually watched the last episode will realise that I actually ordered the wrong damn fuel lines last time, and I ended up ordering AN6 braided lines, which anyone who's ever worked it out, and I didn't know this at the time, even though they're listed as 8mm, they're not 8mm, people. That is regarding the actual fitting that goes on it. They're 8.7mm, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it completely ruined me, and it made my fuel system leak like mad. So I stopped being a plum this time. I actually slowed myself down, and I ordered some proper stuff. So it's only cotton braided. It's nothing particularly special. It's a little bit more flexible than I would like. It does like to sort of start to bunch up a little bit, but otherwise it's rated for most of the fuels this car's I'm going to see. It's E10 rated, which is sweet, given we've got E10 coming. I will probably swap this over on the Slug, my silver one as well, to E10. So again, you know, if I want to run E10, then it's not a problem. And then anything else that wears out, I'll just upgrade it as we go. So I've already started running it under the car. So I've done it from the tank all the way up through, past the heat shield, up through the engine bay. And I've already redone all the fuel return stuff at the end of the fuel rail. I'm just clipping it now underneath, which I will take the camera, I'll go underneath and I'll show you what a lovely little job I've done. Oh, and for those of you whose interest I piqued with the mention of a upcoming WornOut Racing event, my first ever one, I will be getting onto that in a minute, but we'll get the jobs out of the way first, and then we'll dive into that. Right, I'm speaking to you now from underneath the Cinquecento Turbo yet again. Although this time we're not building the exhaust. So can I just say how difficult it is to film under here in very vague kind of light or with detail. But we are where we are, and I'm down here regardless. So first thing to mention is now I'm removing the hard lines, which used to run down here. I've actually now undone all these clips, and rather than being a pikey, and that, like I did before, and had all these cable tied, that is my fuel pump power wire running all the way to the front in the factory clips the entire way down. Look at me there. I am growing as a person every day. Now, the new fuel line, you'll notice there are two on here. I don't need two, but it's fuel. So I've put two actual proper clamps on, none of this Jubilee stuff. That's the original hard line from the tank. I've already managed to sort out that this one is hardly ever moving. So I've just put a little cable tie on it anyway, just to help it. And then all the way down here, anyone who's been underneath one of these will notice that, but that was gone before because I put a external pump there. But I've put that back in now. Stephen is a Harley going past. And then the other line runs all the way down, all the way to the front. Now you will notice, this is very loose at the moment. So I've got some proper P-clips, because again, I'm a better human being these days. And I'm going to be P-clipping that up onto, I think, so I don't have to drill into my otherwise completely rust-free Cinquecento, which I know is unheard of these days. I'm going to be drilling a hole into the shifter box. And I'm going to be bolting it into that, because then that's one less hole in something that's going to A, rust, and B, well, I don't really fancy drilling into the floor, if I'm entirely honest. It goes under the heat shield. I don't know if you can see, all the way down there. Again, the hard line's kind of in the way, so once I've actually finished doing this back bit, I'm going to jack the front of the car up, put the back down, and then I'll be able to get under the front and hopefully just keep on breaking off the hard fuel line all the way up to the front, put it all the way out, and then I've got a little bit more space to do my other stuff. But we are getting there, people. It's looking nicer every day, and after this, if I have any more fueling problems, then I give up, because I have no idea what's causing it. So this WornOut Racing event then, what's it all about? So I've been in talks with HAD, so Hartwell Autosport Developments in Tewkesbury, and it's basically my chance to host my very first ever WornOut Racing event. So it's going to be called Rollers, and it is your chance to pitch your car up against the rolling road and see whether it's making the kind of power that you think or that you've said that it is. For the money, it's going to be about £35 to £40 a ticket. In that, you get 2 power runs on the rolling road. You get food included when you get there. It's probably going to be some kind of large breakfast roll, vegetarian and meat as well, options. You'll get a limited edition, or at least non-purchasable WornOut Racing sticker. So you'll only be able to get it if you come to a WornOut Racing event or you were in some way gifted it, so you won't be able to buy it. Just finalising those at the moment. You will also then, your money will also be going into the actual prizes. So we'll have on the day, there'll be some kind of voting, so you can get your estimate in for what car you think is going to be like the highest horsepower. And then also for the people taking part, the person who gets the most horsepower over like stock, or the stock car with the most horsepower over what it should from the factory, that kind of thing, you'll get a chance to win, and you'll be able to pick something free from the online store. So one of the long sleeve tops, or the t-shirts, or whatever you need. And then probably the loser of the day, who maybe it doesn't quite go quite as to plan for, and they make a little bit less power, you'll get a prize or something as well, which should be pretty decent. For the maximum capacity of 15 cars for the rollers, that's pretty good. That's a decent amount. And then 20 car capacity overall. So be able to get like a couple of spectators. Obviously, you can bring a mate or whatever with it. When's it going to happen, Ben? So hopefully, if I can get it all organised soon enough, because obviously I'm running out of time a little bit, just trying to get like the little poster and the event stuff sorted out. Be the end of September. It's going to be on a Sunday, because that means we get the most space at the actual unit. Maybe the start of October. I want it to be sort of towards the tail end of the season, without the weather being hopefully too bad, because nobody wants to spend the whole day stood out in the rain. But I'll do what I can to try and account for that. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. I mean, the Rollers is going to be my first ever event, and hopefully I may be able to make a little bit of a steady thing of it, whether it's an annual thing or I do it every like 6 months or something like that. But I wanted to start off with something fun, not too much time pressure or anything. And hopefully move into sort of track days or sort of events like that, sprint days and stuff in the future. But yes, I am really buzzing for it. I'm hustling to try and get it done as soon as I can. It will not be just Fiat's, not just Cinquecentos. I've already got a few cars interested that are very interesting. It's only front-wheel drive. It's only a two-wheel drive dyno, so front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive only. I will look at some point if I do another one to try and get on a four-wheel drive dyno as well, if we get enough interest from anybody who's got four-wheel drives. But HAD is real relaxed, real nice. Chris the top blow, so it's perfect place for it, really. So yes, keep a lookout for it. I'll be posting information up on Instagram and on the WornOut page. I'll get an events page set up as well. I'll probably chuck a quick YouTube channel up on it. And then you can get your money in, book your ticket, and then we'll go from there. But it's going to be an awesome day. Thanks for sticking around to at least hear this part of the video. So I'm going to jump quickly back into the action. I've got a few last little bits to do to the car before this is ready to go back to HAD again. Get this rolling roaded, and then obviously depending on how everything goes, it depends on what car I bring to the event, whether I do or not. So either way, thanks for sticking up to this part. Hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. Rollers is coming soon. We're back out in the garage, and I'm just about to pick up my hot beverage. I don't hate on my B cup. I haven't got any WornOut Racing cups yet, so this is the one I picked up. And the reason I'm drinking the tea is I'm done. I'm finished. Fuel lines are done. All feed was done. I sorted out all the other little things I found along the way. Coolant system's back on. Coolant's topped up. And you'll see it's still kind of jacked up at the moment because I've got to put the last wheel on. But I'm just going to quickly show you where I routed up that last little bit of the fuel line, just to show that I did it properly, just in case you're thinking where you might want to do the same sort of thing. Otherwise, though, we're finished. That is literally it. So I'm just going to quickly show you this bit, and then we'll tap out for the day. Right, here we go, my chums. So as you can see there's the fuel line running. Let's get my finger in there, just up right behind the steering rack, and it does. You can just about get it. Go all the way up there, nice and safe. So it's not near anything. I've got that little bit of extra hose on there again. It's on there nice and tight, but just to stop it rubbing on anything, but it shouldn't do. And that cable tie there is absolutely belts and braces. Even with that on it, if it snaps, it still doesn't touch the steering rack. I've got another, I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it. You'd have to just trust me. There's another P-clip down there.
I've put a P-clip on the bottom and the rest of it is done. So I've buttoned up that. I've got one more Jubilee clip to tighten up, stick the wheel on it, we're finished. And that's it. That is it. It's done. I told you it was going to be a lot of stuff. I didn't think it was going to be a huge job coming back and fixing all the problems we had, but you never know with these things. So next episode will be at HAD in Tewkesbury, getting the mapping done, finalising that. I'm hoping to show you a little bit more about how the mapping works. Keep a lookout for the WornOut Racing Rollers event coming up. Like I said, I've just got these last few little bits just to sort out with that before I get a date out for it. So look out for that on the Facebook and the Instagram. If you're new to the show or new to the channel, or even if you're not, don't forget to check out the shop. There's all kinds of WornOut Racing branded accessories and clothing. So they're all 100% cotton. I've got unisex t-shirts and male t-shirts and female t-shirts. We've got hoodies and masks. Again, they're all cotton as well. One of the latest things I've just brought out, which I'm really happy with, are the long sleeve tops. They're all available in multiple colours. Again, they're 100% cotton. And these long sleeve tops are ideal if you're doing track days. Keeps the marshals happy, keeps you safe, keeps your arms covered, and it's perfect for most weather types as well. So definitely go check it out. Teespring's pretty decent. You usually get your order within a few days. And postage is pretty reasonable as well. So yep, definitely check that out when you get a chance. Hopefully you find something you like. And last but not least, if you want to keep getting updates on this car and the supercharger project, which will be starting really, really soon, I've got the last few bits for that. I'm hoping I'll be able to start doing the supercharger project. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the videos and stuff as well. It really helps me out. Obviously, I need to try and get that subscriber level up there, really, just to sort of help my videos along. So I'd really appreciate that. But otherwise, thanks a lot for stopping by yet again. I will see you soon, and I cannot wait.